Thank you, Gray, for the honor of allowing me to speak for you. I hadn't noticed until today that you're the only boy up there that did not have an older brother as a role model, and I think that needs to be brought out. But I asked Gray about his Cub Scout experience, and he got this big smile across his face. And he talked about how he and Jake Bird and Adam Norris had so much fun. His Wolf year, his Pinewood Derby car was best in show. An X-Wing Pinewood Derby car inspired by Star Wars. It was very cool. He crossed over with Jake and Adam in 2012, and I remember Gray as being a good regular kid. Gray was always around, always there to help. He was a good regular kid. He went through the normal path of leadership in the troop: scribe, instructor, patrol leader at second class. He did Birch Park in 2015 and 2017, and squeezed Philmont between them in 2016. As often happens, Gray got distracted by, in his case, running. Gray is on varsity track and cross country for 5 years, indoor and outdoor. He's a 3-time sectional champ. He's been to states 4 times. He's a 2-time All-Western New York Scholar athlete in 2016 and 2017. It's easy to see how such a young man could become distracted. But as I said, Gray was a good kid, and he decided an eagle was something worth achieving. And like the sectional champ that he is, he kicked it in at the end, sprinted to the finish line, and got his eagle. Parents, excuse me a moment. I have something to say to the boys. Gray was a good kid. He was good at running. But we're all good at something. Math, saxophone, lacrosse, English, something. Gray shows that even when things distract you, if you give the important things priority, you can achieve multiple goals at the same time. As an adult leader, that's the part that excites me. Congratulations, Gray.
Hello, everyone. Hi, my name's Gray Conover. I would really like to thank all of you guys for coming out. It's a really great experience for me and for all these guys to be able to show what we've worked for, how we've worked to get there. It's gonna be really hard to follow those last 3 speeches, but I'll try my best. I really want to talk about Philmont, like, a lot, because I think that was possibly my favorite experience of my life. It's a lot to say, especially because I've experienced a lot in my life, and I've had the opportunity to do some amazing things. But Philmont was something unlike anything other. I was surrounded with like just amazing guys, and we had pretty good weather too. I mean, it was pretty much sunny the whole time. But despite this, it was incredibly difficult. It was unbelievably hard to focus, to stay like close together. We had this thing. It was used in White Buffalo, and our guide kind of guy that was with us at the beginning of our trek. He noted the 4 Ings of building a team. That was forming, storming, norming, and performing. And essentially, we went through that whole phase, and it was a really cool thing to really become so close with a group of guys towards the end. The same guys that we were kind of fighting with, kind of in the middle. So, sorry. And you get this experience that I think I'm going to take with me for the rest of my life as I'm building groups in college, or I'm building groups on my new team in college. I'm going to run cross country at Rensselaer. I'm going to do this in my job when I'm putting work groups. But the experience that I got from this trek and this trip, I can't say enough about it. And I really implore all of you guys, all the younger scouts, please do at least one of these high adventure things. Mr. Zadek put so much work into them, so much work to make them perfect. And you could not have a better leader in terms of that than Mr. Zadek to help you through this stuff. And don't worry about if you're, maybe not the most athletic kid, maybe a little, picky with your food. You'll grow over it. You become a man on these trips, and it really changes you. And, I would also like to talk about being an instructor. So instructor is generally called like kind of the easy leadership position. It's that because there's multiple of them. You don't have to be elected, and your obligations outside are kind of minimal. But when you're in a meeting, you have to be on point, you have to be ready, and you have to understand what it takes to educate young people and to push them to learn. And that's a really tough skill. You don't really get that in school. You never get that in school. You never get the opportunity to work with younger people. And the experience that I got from working with these people, I mean, they're great kids, but sometimes when they get talking about Fortnite or something, I mean, they go like crazy. They're losing their minds. But like, just as the cliche goes, I learn just as much from them as they learn from me. And I'm gonna take that with me for the rest of my life. Where else do you get a chance to work with younger kids before you're an adult and before you have kids? And I think that's gonna be really important for me. And the last thing I want to talk about is getting my rank of Eagle. And I'm gonna say this in this doesn't sound good, but getting Eagle is not that crazy hard. Guys, it's not like the most difficult thing you'll ever do. It's pushing yourself to that point. If you're a life scout right now and you're looking at Eagle Scout, like oh my gosh, I'm gonna have to do mountains of paperwork and all this stuff. You're right, but you can do it. You've worked your butt off to get to that point. And really, I'm gonna make this really cool metaphor up. So you've got your wings by the time you're a life scout, right? It's just about learning how to fly. I don't know, it's really cheesy. You can do it. Especially with the help of, you have Mr. Wynn, who's, an unbelievable scoutmaster in terms of being able to push you and telling you which way to go on these Eagle projects. Nobody does the Eagle projects the way that he does. And you're not only gonna get a great experience out of it, it's gonna make it way better for you, way less stressful for you. Well, sometimes more stressful, but you go into the Scoutmaster Conference knowing that you're going to get the rank of Eagle because your Eagle project, based on his credentials, is better than everyone else's, at least in other troops. And also, no one talks enough about Mr. Shaw, who, if you want any of the citizenship merit badges, any 3 of them, all of them required, he will go out of his way to go to Tim Hortons and talk to you and to teach you these merit badges. And we'll remind you every 3 months once you haven't finished the partial. So, and Mr. Shaw didn't give himself enough credit for what he did for me. I was about ready to quit, probably 3 or so months before my birthday. 'Cause I had just recently gotten my proposal rejected, and I was trying to work on another one, but the person wasn't calling me back. It's what you get when you work with a lot of park folks. They're, they're kind of focused on the wildlife, not really on their phones. It's just, take it or leave it.
Sorry for all you park workers back here,
Sorry. I appreciate it.
but not you.
But Mr. Shaw, I talked to Mr. Shaw first because I thought he was a really I think someone that would convince me, would tell me the right way to go. I thought I was done for, and I was just frankly looking for someone to tell me that, yeah, I was through. But he told me that I could do it, and that I'm not a quitter, and I'm not. And I saw that, and I was like, can I still do this? I thought about it overnight, and he convinced me 100%. And trust me, I wasn't ready to quit. I was ready to turn my neckerchief. That's not really how it works, but we'll say it is. But he really changed my mind. He made me believe myself. Also, I have really good parents. I don't know if you guys do too, but they without the constant nagging of them, my mom works a teaching job, but it's not really just a teaching job because she also helps with the troop, and then she runs the running boosters, which is an all-year booster program. And she also has to deal with some crazy coaches, but we'll leave it at that. And my dad, he works his butt off every day at work, and he's always coming home tired, but he always continues to push me and make sure that I'm being the best guy I can. And they both, every day I'd ask them for something, and they'd always give me something back, and I really appreciate it. And I'd say that in the road, I didn't think I got that much out of the actual patch and all that, but the process of being able to experience people that wanted to help me, even in my Eagle project, there were people going out of their way to do extra for me. There were kids on my cross-country team that even came to it, that pushed themselves for me. And I think that really inspired me a lot to become a more full human being. And I really thank all of you guys for coming out and listening to me ramble.